Hi, Aries. If you want to come on in for your eclectic extended or shadow scry, we'll call it, we have here your shadow or subconscious spirit scry, your ink blot. We've got 3 oracle cards and plus tarot and oracle, and we have ghost tube seer on. So images may or may not randomly come up. And I apologize that it's just on my phone, that it's a little smaller. However, the tablet is being used. So, sorry. All right. Aries, thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. If you see anything in your ink blot, feel free to comment below what you see, sense, or feel and inspire our interconnected nature. I'm going to take a moment here. Okay, I'm leaving footprints. They're gentle. I'm also seeing like the thinker. Is the thinker here or is the thinker here? I feel like it's on the chin though. I feel like I've been here before. Like, what am I going to do? Or how do I get through this? And now I'm here. My head's up, chin is up. And I'm breathing deeper because I feel like when I was like this, it was closing off like chin to chest. It was closing off some free flow air. So now I feel like I'm breathing a little bit better. Does that make sense? All right. If you don't mind, can we do this? There we go. Something's also thinking about coming into existence. Something, someone, an opportunity. I don't know if you've been trying to manifest something or amidst a manifestation, because I'm feeling very multiversy. What's the movie I'm in right now? Quantum. It's something quantum-y. Maybe it's on a quantum level, and I'm trying to go back to your spectrum, your color, your aura reading, and I'll put the link below in the description box for that if you missed that. And if I recall, and I might be mixing it up with Aquarius, but I don't think so, something about like fine details. Okay, so I'm in the quantum realm. I'm in the movie Ant-Man and the Wasp, but it's like the most recent one, I believe, where they like really go in. Like, and I feel like there's been a progression to this. Because if there's not or if there wasn't certain things that you went through, I'm going to say suffered, and the sweetnesses alike. It was like they were all part and parcel of building. I don't know if it's the mind, subconscious state that we're in, the spirit space, your sensitivity or desensitizing. There's also something about desensitizing to something. So that maybe as you travel through this manifestation on a quantum level, you are a little bit desensitized, but that's a positive thing. Because it's like you don't want to be distracted by these other things. You know, it's like when you're scuba diving and you have to pressurize to acclimate to this acute awareness, perhaps. This isn't, again, in like a bigger is better, anything like that, or a judgment towards other people. This feels very clear that that's not really my concern. But I'm aware because I'm interconnected, but I'm not, what is that? I'm not necessarily, okay, the way I'm seeing it is like seeing a Bigfoot, mold, and then putting my foot in like the footprints. I'm not measuring my footsteps to anyone else's. That's what this feels like. Arians, pretty hardcore. If you don't mind, I'm just going to bring this towards me for a moment so I can dig in from this perspective. Also, something about the Loch Ness Monster, like, Thomas, Poppy, inappropriate curiosity. Well, it's appropriate, but it's going to cause some... All right. Sorry. Are you stuck now? Oh, for heavens and hot dogs. Papa, are you stuck? Okay, I believe in you. Let me know if you need help. The Loch Ness Monster. You know how there's like a lore or a myth around it? Again, whether it's real or not, because I feel like I'm working in these different densities, being in the... Oh, yeah. Oh, papa. It's like walking on a tightrope, which literally is what I feel like I'm watching Thomas do, and it's freaking me out. So maybe you're freaking other people out, just like the Loch Ness Monster, when people do see it, think they see it. There's something like creatures coming in or energies coming in from different dimensions, and it could freak people out. It just... And you might even see, maybe you are seeing different things that are a little freakish and you're like, whoa, do I need to be worried about this? But I feel like there's some discernment along the way. Okay, here we are, being even more inappropriate. Thank you. Okay. What is up with Arians you're reading? It's hilarious. I don't know what's actually going on there, but I feel like I'm seeing a herd. Always follow your own intuition first. You're not... It's like you're observing the herd. No offense to the herd. That seems very clear. Thinker pose. I have a heart as an eye pupil. That heart, as I look upon environments, landscapes, where my life is going, what I want to be doing, my wishes, wants, and desires, my manifestations, I look upon with a heart in my eye. And then it can also turn, it's like a teardrop in my eye. But this teardrop is really a heart. It's like two teardrops making one heart. They're connected. The teardrop and a heart, they're connected. And I also have the same reflection when I look upon the herd, or the collective, maybe is a much kinder word. And I see it with this heartfelt water. It's watery. Yeah, it's not like a concrete wall. I also feel like sometimes I can be like Dumbo, where I feel like I can fly. Sometimes I feel like I'm balancing on one of those, like exercise core balls or something like that. And I say it like this because I'm like, I don't know about everyone else, but I have one. And it just bounces around. Anywho, something about working on your core, but it's in these subtle stabilities. So I feel like there's a lot of subtle things happening that are working towards your stability and stabilizing your connection to this quantum realm. Quantum Leap. Is that a show? Yes, it's a show. Maybe you want to watch it. I think it's old school. All right. I do try and keep the shadow scries a little bit shorter so that I don't take up too much of your time. Arians, I have Third Harvest, Owl, and Mischief. And as well, if I didn't say so already, please do like, share, subscribe. It does help the channel. And as well, the links are below for personal, all that kind of good stuff. So thank you. I feel like there was something else I was supposed to say. And thank you to all those who donate. My goodness. I'm telling you, Tom got me all thrown off. It's not his fault at all. It's just one of those days. Okay, Third Harvest. Okay, I'm going to read this. If you'd like to close your eyes and breathe it in, or just simply see if it resonates. Third Harvest. Daughters of the woods, feel thy sacred swell with suppleness. Taste the gathering of honey's milk, filling your emptiness. Owl. Behold sight, O ancient ones, for there is magic in the darkest of places if one dares to open their eyes. This feels like that quantum place. Mischief, last but not least, mischief. Keep your eyelids open and sight sharp as nails, for there is something trailing behind your tail. This could just simply be a presence. This could be your shadow. I feel like you will know what it is. Maybe you have a friend or somebody, whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter what it is. It could even just be an energy around you. If you've been like astral traveling, again, working your way through these, I'm seeing them as 3, but I don't know that actually matters. But maybe it's your last 3, like the most recent 3 versus I'm not seeing it 3 overall. these layers, and you might have someone or something that has trailed you from those places, but is like, as much as you're curious, they're curious. And then there's something about, I feel like in your last reading, and I'll link it below, like for that, end video thing as well, along with putting the link in the description box. I feel like I spoke of tall grass. This is that harvest coming through. So I feel like as you're walking, it's like things are turning and looking at you as you are looking at things here. It's a very interesting feeling. It's like all these dimensions, all these layers, kind of working in observation. See, even with my glasses on, like my phone's barely just big enough. Those are people like cheering you on. And it's on like a racetrack. So I also feel like when we were talking about mischief, like that you might have an audience for something, whether you work online or you do something that is visual. Maybe it's just you being out there and people are like gathering around you. Maybe there's a gathering happening, but I feel like this is very, in sticking with the theme of it, subconscious spirit space, spirits being indefinite to whatever realm. Maybe you're working in the 4D, 5D, 6D, 7D, whatever D's everyone want to call them and refer to them as, right? I don't know. All I know is that in the big scope, it feels quantum. 3 questions we have here from the EC deck that may inspire your own introspection. And have you ever been in a position where you have had to go against your ideals or values? Interesting. So while that is very much so individually introspective and what position to go against, have you ever had to go against your ideals or values? And I suddenly want to say, and where are you now? Did you transmute them to serve your highest ideals and values? Did they serve overall? Did you alchemize them with an awareness? And now I'm being brought back, like with that skunk tail, the spine. If anyone's had like a hunch, no, it's like no more. I'm not going to. It's not about not compromising in this stubborn way. It's simply like serenity. Explain how your parental figures would perceive success. Interesting to consider how they would perceive success, and is it reflective onto you? Do you feel that you have fulfilled what your version of their version of success is? And what is the value of that is the question that's coming to mind here. Because you're going in so many different realms and dimensions that you might not be understood or be viewed a certain way, but people gather around you anyway because they're curious. And then I want to ask, like, beyond your parents, how do you perceive success? Last question, have you ever experienced depression? If no, explain what you think depression is. Even if yes, I would like to say, have you ever experienced depression? How could you articulate that to maybe some of these other creatures, energies, and entities that you're interacting with? Curiously, right? Because the owl comes in with this, oh, ancient ones, there is magic of the darkest of places. Perhaps when you went through depression, perhaps when you're stuck in your subconscious state or you're feeling stuck in the mud, that is where wisdom came through because you worked your way out of it. And maybe you had to do mischievous things on your multidimensional nature. And maybe you were put into a position where you had to go against. Or look at it the other way. Where did you uphold your ideals and values? Do other people... So I don't want to project it onto other people. But maybe you're in a situation where other people put you in a position to have to choose and go against your morals or values. Ideally, the power always remains that we accept to, compromise or collaborate and then come back, but you know what I mean. And then with the third harvest, and explain how your parents or figures would perceive success. And this is the third harvest, so it's interesting because it's like bringing me into how would you perceive your parents perceive success, these three things. And it's bringing me to inevitably the third harvest, you, them, success. Success comes home to you. This is how this is making me feel. Last but not least, Shibboleth, closing out messages. If the artistry means anything to you, as these are more chaos cards, there's no words. See, keys, keys, keys. Look at even all up there, and like in his head. I think you can like zoom in if you're on your phone, like to see what's above his head, like that dial. Your mouth, your jaw, your words. Maybe don't say everything to everyone. Know your audience. Know your audience. Parents just don't understand. Is that from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Maybe that's a thing. No, that's way too many cards. Thank you. And that's okay that they don't understand. But maybe, I don't know if some Arians have been trying to explain themselves to authority figures, people in positions of power, parents, bosses, partners. It's like, well, know your audience. That's how that's coming through. Parents just don't understand. All right. Closing out messages for Aries. We have here the Emperor. And on the bottom, 13 black cats. Look at all those eyes. Like, where was it when it was the owl again? It's like all the owl eyes looking at you in the nighttime. All the wisdoms of wisdoms. And I also, again, when I was saying like it's not just three, but I feel like this has been layered in how you've gone about accessing. So when I even, now that I'm realizing as I'm saying, it's like accessing quantum. I don't know what quantum is in reflection of you, right? Or what you would consider that, but still it feels above or below. It's just quantum. And then you have here the Emperor, which is you. Here's your star. There is also protection because I'm also seeing it as a ninja star, but it's a nature ninja star. I have no idea what that means, Arians. A nature's ninja star. You're also being crowned by all of these 13 black cats of integration and good luck. They're the subconscious cats. Okay, Arians, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you so much for being my muse, and until next time.